Stampers Kim from StampingImperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. Yesterday I did a video that highlighted a watercolor lifting technique, and in that video I used a Turnabout stamp from Concord and Ninth. This is the Turnabout stamp I used. It's called the Dottie Turnabout stamp. And someone asked, what is a Turnabout stamp? So I wanted to do a video just showing you how to use these fantastic stamps from Concord and Ninth. Basically, a Turnabout stamp is a stamp where you create a template like this. You put the stamp in your stamp positioner, the stamp and the template in your stamp positioner, put your cardstock on top, and then you stamp it in one color, turn it 90 degrees, stamp it in another color, turn the template with the cardstock another 90 degrees, and so forth. And the fun thing about these is that you could stamp this background one time, turn it 90 degrees, stamp it a second time in a different color or a different shade, turn it another 90 degrees, stamp it in a third color with a different color or a different shade, and then turn it another 90 degrees and stamp it in a fourth color. The possibilities are endless. I mean, imagine if you added embossing to one step, or you know, some gold foil or something like that. That would be super cool. The Dottie Turnabout stamp happens to come with a bunch of extra little stamps so that you could add to some of these little borders maybe, or you know, you could heat emboss the dots on top so that, like, this one stamp set goes a really long way, and every time you use it you can get a totally different card depending on how you use it. So I love these. I actually think I probably have all of them. They have quite a variety. This one is the only one I have that I know of that overlaps. And here is the Many Thanks one. I love this one. These images don't overlap, and there are lots of sentiments that are not part of the background that you can use in addition to the background. With this one, I really like this. I used this at the end of the school year to make thank you cards for a bunch of my students. Then they have some smaller ones. This one I really like. This is the Bitty Burst. I actually got this free. It was one of their giveaways. A lot of times Concord and Ninth, when you order a certain amount, especially right after their release on the 9th of each month, their new releases, they often give away a free gift. This was one of them. What a great free gift. Here's another one. This is a Wreath Turnabout stamp, and love this one. Then this is a Dahlia Turnabout. Love this one also. Now these are all smaller Turnabout ones, so that you could use these in your Mini Misty. I don't use my Mini Misty for the Turnabouts. I generally tend to stick to my regular size Misty. I usually use my Mini Misty for most of my stamping. This one I haven't used yet. I just got this one. This is the semicircle one. I think I'll use this one today. Love this one. This is the triangle one, and it's very geometric. This is great for masculine cards. And then I have a couple other ones that I recently got too that have two pieces. So you can work with the whole thing. You can take the center out and just use the outside, or you can just use the center. They have the Star Turnabout and the Mosaic Turnabout. So these are fun. You can do them in different shades of color, different, completely different colors, like I did with the Dottie ones that I showed you. So I just love these. Now, one of the things that you need to do is you need to create a template, and mine is 6 by 6. It's important that it's a square so you can actually draw lines. I just took my ruler and drew a line from corner to corner, and then another line from corner to corner, because you want to locate the center rotation point. So that's why you do that. I actually made two of them, but I keep using the same one. You can see this is pretty well loved. So I've got this, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this in my Misty, and this is why I need, because it's 6 by 6, I need the larger Misty for this. This is the regular size one, so this is the one that I like to use. Alright, so let me show you how to get started. When you get a Turnabout stamp, they come with, like this is the only one I have that actually doesn't come with a whole bunch of, unless I just am missing that. Like this is the only one I have that doesn't come with a whole bunch of extra stamps. This is pretty fun. I can't wait to see what this looks like. This is another one that looks like it'll be great for masculine cards. So this is the semicircle Turnabout stamp. And on the back of the tag board or the information sheet that comes with your stamp, they give you a template. And what you're supposed to do with that template is I'm going to just peel this off. I want the back of the stamp, the part that goes on the clear block or onto the MISTI, not the side I'm going to ink up. So I'm going to peel this off. This is super sticky. It's the first time I've used this one. Okay, so I've got this. I'll put this aside. And now I'm going to, I want to make sure the rest of this is still laying down pretty flat. Now I'm going to put this on top of this template that they give me, and it's always a little bit of a challenge for me to get this lined up. So I'm just going to line this up, just like that. And then I'm going to use a Sharpie. For some of them I use a regular, this is a fine point Sharpie or an ultra fine point Sharpie. I kind of like these. It doesn't matter. You want a permanent marker. And my Sharpies always work the best. So I need to, on the back of my stamp, I need to actually locate the center point of rotation. And I'm going to use my ruler. I need to turn this a little bit, being a lefty. And I'm just going to line the ruler up alongside that, and then I'm just going to draw that line across the across it like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this other line, and you only have to do this part once, so you have to do this when the first time you use the stamp, and then you don't have to do it again. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm lining it up sort of with a teensy space there because the marker always takes up some room along the edge of the ruler. So I've got my center point marked. Now I personally don't throw this out. It's actually got instructions, and I like to keep this in my storage envelope, my plastic storage envelope that I store my stamps in, and if this had a coordinating die, I would put that in the back. A couple of them actually have a coordinating die, which is pretty fun. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do with my MISTI, I'm done with my ruler, is I'm going to now peel this off, and I'm going to line this up, and I still want the back side up. I'm just going to line this up with the center of my template, just like that. Then I can close this, and my stamp is now attached to my MISTI, so it's kind of perfect. I want to make sure my template is still in the corner, and I want a piece of cardstock, and I cut this the size of a card, so I have this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. You can cut it whatever size you want. It doesn't need to be square like the template, and I can put this any place on my template that I want. I'm going to put it in the center. Keep in mind that if I put it off to the side, I'm going to be using a different part of my stamp. I'm going to put some of this. This is my Altenew permanent adhesive, but it really acts as a nice temporary adhesive as well. So I'm going to put some of that on the back. So I've attached that with some temporary adhesive to my template. My template is tucked squarely in the corner of my MISTI, and now I can start inking. Now I've selected some really pretty inks from Catherine Pooler. I've selected 4 different colors, and I picked these 4 because I have this card that came with one of my ink pad orders that's got the colors on it, and it shows them in sort of their little color families. So I picked out 4 from the same color family because I thought that would look nice, and I actually really like the way they turned out. So I'm going to start with the Catherine Pooler Shea Butter, and I'm just going to ink up the stamp. And then I do love these Misties. Now, you don't have to have a Misty, you just need a stamp positioner that will fit, that will accommodate a 6x6 inch stamp. Okay, now you can see this is not covering my whole cardstock, and when I open it up, you can see there's lots of space there. Now I'm going to turn this a quarter of a turn, or 90 degrees, and I try to remember to do that first and then clean off my stamp. And I feel like if I get in a routine where I always turn it and then clean off my stamp, then I don't get to the point where I clean off my stamp and wonder, did I turn it or didn't I turn it? So I don't have to worry about it because I'm trying, like, I try to make that a habit. Okay, so let me get rid of the excess water. So I'm just cleaning it off with a stamp chamois, and now I'm going to use, I'll use the sugared lavender next. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. And the beauty of this is if one of my inkings doesn't go well because it's in a stamp positioner, I can just re-ink it and end up in the same exact spot. I love these stamp positioners for that. Ooh, pretty. I could leave it just like that and it would be super pretty. Isn't that nice? Alright, now again, remember to turn it. If you don't turn it, then it will overlap and you'll get this almost like 3D glasses looking image. Yes, I've done that many times. So you get an interesting effect, but not necessarily the effect that you want. Okay, so I'm just using, again, my stamp chamois to wipe it off, and I blot up any excess water that might be on there. So I know I've turned it, and now I'm going to ink it up in this seafoam. I really love these inks. The foam pads on them are fantastic. So that's my third color. And again, when I open this, you'll notice, ugh, beautiful. I could stop here, but I want to see what 4 looks like, so I'm going to turn it one more time. And notice that each time I'm turning it clockwise. You could turn it counterclockwise. You just want to be consistent on the card that you're making. So it doesn't matter whether you turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, as long as you turn it in the same direction the whole time you're making that particular card. So it doesn't really make any difference. You still get a great image. And this one, by the way, is polished. This is sort of a pretty coral color. Okay, I'm going to ink this one up. And oh, how pretty is that? Look at that. Wow, they're so pretty. Almost looks like sea flags or something. So there you go. That's how you use a Turnabout stamp. Now the let's see, like I said, the dotty, no, this is the semicircle one. The semicircle one is the only one that doesn't have extra stamps. So my sentiment will come from someplace else, like maybe another one, but Concord and Ninth has some amazing, and we all have collections of amazing sentiments. But you can see, again, like this one came with 3 little sentiments. This one, I love the sentiments on this. This is one of my favorites. Like, these are fantastic. And the same thing with this. You're a delight. That's a great sentiment. This is all thank yous. That big thank you would be so perfect in the center of this. And then the Dottie Turnabout doesn't have any sentiments, but it's got a bunch of other things that you can use to add to your card. So you can see how these are stamps that are really going to stretch a long way. And I've just scratched the surface here. I haven't done different shades. I haven't added any embossing. I haven't added any metallics like or splashes or anything like that. I mean, think of all the things you could do with these. Just trying different shades or second generation stamping is really pretty. So you can check out some of the cards made with Turnabout stamps on my website at stampingimperfection.com. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you give this video a like and share with your friends.